Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey, hello, my name is Lauren. If you have watched any type of video with tips and advice around Etsy, chances are you have probably heard a couple of these not so now truths. There's a ton of content out there on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. A lot of them are created several years ago or even several months ago. And information about Etsy is constantly changing. So that brings us to today's topic of our video, which is going to be lies you have been told about Etsy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into it. The first lie I hear all the time is that you need to have a ton of listings in your shop in order to be successful. That is not true, guys. This is such a false statement that so many people fall victim to, thinking that they need to have 1,000+ listings in their shop in order to have that success that they want for their store and their business. Instead, what I highly recommend doing is looking at your item individually and compare to your competitors. Are your competitors having 1,000+ listings, or are your competitors just having about 20 solid listings? This is going to be totally different for every shop because it just depends on your niche and the items that you are selling. Now, obviously, having more listings gives your shop a little bit of a chance to be seen more often in the Etsy algorithm, but that does not mean that you have to have that many listings in order to be successful. Is that people say you have to have your Etsy ads turned on and you should be using ads. This is so not true. Etsy is absolutely one of those platforms where you do not have to run ads in order to have success on it. Because Etsy works very similar to a search algorithm, you can actually just focus on your photos and your SEO or your search engine optimization so that you can rank higher in search on Etsy. And you don't have to run any ads for that, and you can still make a lot of sales. If you are a more substantial business that you need to get off of Etsy and onto your own website. This is not necessarily the case for everybody. You might want to sit back and ask yourself what your goals are as a business. For example, there are several of my Etsy shops that I have had for years now and do really great, but I don't find the need to have my own website because I don't want to drive my own traffic. I don't want to spend time marketing them. I don't want to spend time doing social media, and I just like that my traffic comes from Etsy and it's very passive and I don't have to do a lot for it. So if that's your situation, don't think that you have to start your own website or business down the road. You can still just stay on Etsy and sell on Etsy. And if that's what works for you and your business, that's what works for you, because not everybody has to go off of Etsy as a platform and go sell on their own website. Selling on Etsy is easy for you. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't make it difficult on yourself. I get all the time in the comments. Literally in my last video, someone commented and said, print on demand is too saturated. Print on demand as a whole is not an oversaturated market. There are so many different products you can sell. And same goes for other saturated niches. If you want to sell a product that is in a saturated niche and you think that you have a way to stand out amongst the competitors, then do it. That's all that it takes to succeed through an oversaturated niche. Spending time looking for those gaps in that niche that no one is fulfilling those needs for yet is how you're going to be able to take an oversaturated niche and still be successful with it. So if you've been thinking about selling something saturated like t-shirts or mugs on Etsy, then you need to ask yourself what you can do to stand out amongst the people who are already top sellers in that area. This is a whole nother rabbit hole I could go down. A lot of people are not enjoying Etsy because of the amount of digital products or print on demand products and being sold on Etsy. You do not have to sell digital products, and you do not have to sell print on demand products on Etsy. You can absolutely have a creative, handmade, or vintage business and be successful on Etsy still. And I would actually dare to say that there will be a lot of people returning to these handmade items and searching out these shops. So if you've been debating about whether or not you want to start on Etsy and you can't decide on what you want to sell and you feel the pressure to do print on demand or digital, don't let that stop you from starting your business. There are a lot of amazing shops out there still making handmade products and doing fantastic on Etsy because they've stuck to what they know, they have their good branding, they know how to do their keyword research, and they're having a great marketing strategy as well. And when you put all those things together, you're going to be building a consistent business and you're going to grow customers that want to come back to you and who love your shop and your item. Let me know what Etsy tips you guys have found a little strange, maybe you don't agree with, down below in the comment section, because I want to see what you guys have been hearing in the community about Etsy tips and tricks. Right here on the screen for you guys, I'm going to link my last video that I think you guys will find super helpful, as well as an entire playlist full of Etsy tips and tricks. Down here you guys are going to find my subscribe button so you can stick around for more videos. And last but not least, I'm going to link you guys on over to my TikTok, where I am sharing a ton of small business and Etsy tips and tricks daily. And without further ado, guys, that brings us to the end. Thanks so much for watching. See you all next one.